The future of the Titanic is in the educational programs that are currently underway in schools throughout not only New Jersey and the United States, but throughout the world. We have developed a network of teachers throughout the world who use the Titanic as part of reading programs, science programs, and general information about library research. So the message we want to give today to our school, to the students here today, is read. Read all about it and get to know your librarian, get to know your libraries. They really do a great job in helping you to learn more about any subject you really want to know about. First of all, we have to thank a few people. We always have to do that. Why don't you take a look up here at this wonderful banner that was put together by Deborah Delana and the kids and the students at the New Egypt Elementary School. So where are those kids right now? There they are. Give yourselves a big hand, okay? This had one of its first public viewings at the Philadelphia Maritime Museum last October when we were down there for a brief meeting, and it was one of the hits of the show. And they just did a marvelous job, and if anybody wants to use a school program as an example for what to do, I highly recommend that the teachers in the room get in touch with this teacher over here in the pink dress, because she does an excellent, excellent program. Where are the kids from the Hamilton Middle School? Where are they? Where's our teacher? Where's our representative? There she is. Okay. We've had a lot of students that wanted to come here, but unfortunately the popularity of this program put a lot of those children on a waiting list. So what happened is that we got the teachers to come in, and so the teachers can experience what the program is about. And what we're going to do is, in the fall, we hope, we'd like to do this program again in a larger facility with more children and with more room. So we'd appreciate your feedback on whether or not you think this program would be worth doing again. So I'd also want to find out from Colts Neck, where's the Cedar Drive Middle School folks? There they are, way in Colts Neck. Everybody say hi to the folks in Colts Neck, okay? I'm in Freehold, okay? So we're neighbors, okay? We're neighbors, right down Route 79. We also have children here from the Toms River School. Where are they? Where's the teacher or the representative from Toms River School? Right here in front, okay? Also, we have the, from Cherry Hill, New Jersey, the Beck Middle School. We have a teacher representative from the Beck Middle School. Hello? Yes? No. Okay. Well, they will be here. Maybe they're here. Maybe they just don't want to stand up. In Asbury Park, the Hopak, did I pronounce it Hopak Middle School? Did I get that right? Where are we? We have a teacher Hopak? Hopak. Okay, so from Asbury Park in Monmouth County, and from Piscataway, D.D. Eisenhower School, the Dwight Eisenhower School. There are some teachers, some representatives there. And also from Toms River, the East Dover Elementary School. Where is our teacher representative there? Great. And also from Morris Plains, the Littleton School. Okay? Now, who did I miss? Did I get everybody? No? Who did I miss? Where's the teacher of the group? Who did I miss? The Rafael Hernandez School in Newark, right here, right around the corner from where the hotel is just about, okay? Well, we want to welcome everyone that's here. And as a thank you for all of the children that are here today,
No? Okay. Well, I'm really glad to be here. I've been in the Coast Guard almost 20 years. Coast Guard is a great organization. Every day we get up and put our uniforms on and go out to work, and we don't just sit around at a desk pushing papers. Sometimes we get into helicopters, we get into boats, we get into C-130 aircraft, and we save lives. Even the people that are sitting behind a desk are not just sitting there pushing papers. They're working on things and making that organization we know as the Coast Guard function so that it can do really one main important thing, and that's save lives. Now, the Coast Guard has many different roles and missions. We have law enforcement, and we do oil pollution, and we try to track down those drug smugglers and maintain navigational aids, you know, the buoys, the lights, the day marks, all the things that help establish the lanes for traffic on the inland waters and around the coastal areas. But if you ask anybody that joined the Coast Guard, why did you join the Coast Guard? I think they'd probably all tell you that they joined because they wanted to save lives. And that's certainly why I joined the Coast Guard 20 years ago. So I'm very proud of my uniform. I'm very proud of my medals and awards for being on ships and airplanes and being involved in operations. And it's been a lot of fun. For the last couple of years, I've been involved in a rather unique and unusual computer-assisted search and rescue program called AMBER. And I'll tell you a little bit about that.
we'll do this again.
Yes,
Okay?
certainly.
We're going to do this again, okay?
We did it this morning.
Do you want to take it back?
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay.
Hello, everybody. Awfully nice to see you all.
There you go.
And, oh, I forgot that.
There you go.
All right, I'll start again. Hello, everybody. Awfully nice to see you all. And I'm going over, I went all over this morning. I'm starting all over again. To say that, let me think. I am the youngest survivor on the Titanic. I was 9 weeks old. We left Southampton to emigrate to America, as my father thought there was more opportunity in America than in England. And when the iceberg struck, my father went up on deck to find out what had happened, and he came back and said to my mother, apparently we've hit an iceberg, we'd better get the children up on deck. And so my mother hurried up and got us dressed, well, what time she had, got us dressed on deck. And then my mother got into lifeboat number 13, and I was too small for anybody to hold, so they put me in a sack and put me over the side into lifeboat 13 as well. And my mother wasn't able to find my brother, who was also under 2 years old. She wasn't able to find him for quite a time. Well, she couldn't find him at all on the lifeboat. She didn't find him until the Carpathia picked us up. And then she found that somebody else had looked after him all the time, because of course she couldn't look around when she was in the lifeboat. She was looking after me, and also it was so awfully cold. And then we stayed some hours there in the open sea, very, very cold, until the Carpathia came and picked us up. And then when we got on the Carpathia, my mother found that my brother was there and had been looked after by another lady. So then we went on to America and stayed for just 2 or 3 weeks, and then came back to England, because we couldn't stay in America because there was no point. We didn't have anything. Everything had gone. The money had gone down, the clothes had gone down, and everything had gone. So we came back to England, and we came back to my mother's home, a farm, which my grandfather, where my grandmother and grandfather were, and we lived there until I was 8 years old. And then a vet came to look at one of my grandfather's cows, met my mother and fell for her and married her. And we went into Southampton to live.
It reminded me of the strangest thing that I know that was saved was a lady named Russell, Edith Russell, and she had been given a toy pet pig, a music box pig, a pig that played a song before she took the Titanic, and her father gave it to her and told her, never leave it behind you, whatever happens, take that pig with you, because you'll need it to bring you through if you get into a bad jam. So Edith Russell took this toy pig, which played a song, if you wound its tail up. And when the Titanic was going down, she was rushing to the boat deck. Yep. We're out again. But maybe I can hear myself anyway. Edith Russell was about to get into a lifeboat. She knew that there was trouble and big things, and she'd forgotten her pig. She left it in her stateroom. And she got her steward, and English stewards are famous for being obliging. They'll do anything for you while you're on a ship. And Edith Russell's steward said, I'll get your pig, and he ran back to her stateroom, which was quite a dangerous thing to do. But he got the pig, and he brought the pig back to Edith Russell, and she didn't know what to do with it. She now had the pig all right, but still didn't be any way to get off the Titanic. And she was looking down on a lifeboat, and a man in the lifeboat thought that she was holding the pig, was wrapped up in a blanket. So the man in the lifeboat thought it was a baby. They'd already handled a couple of babies. So the man in the lifeboat said, toss down your baby and then follow it, and everything will be all right. Edith Russell, out of design or by accident, threw the pig wrapped up in the blanket down into the lifeboat, and nobody bothered to pay any attention to it. But then she didn't know what to do because she was separated from her pig, and she was always meant to be with her pig. She had promised her father. So she finally stood there hesitantly, and the man said, in the lifeboat said, jump in here, quick, there's no time to lose. Jump in here. And your baby will be saved. So she jumped in. Nobody knew that it wasn't a real baby. Everybody thought it was, but it wasn't. It was just a toy pig. The toy pig did draw Edith, so lured her into the lifeboat. She went, followed the pig into the lifeboat. The boat was lowered. It was ultimately brought alongside the Carpathia, the rescue ship. Edith Russell was hauled aboard, crying, "Where's my pig?" And they finally realized that she was talking about what everybody thought at that moment was a baby. They gave it back to her, and she now had it again. She was reunited with her pig. She stayed reunited with her pig forevermore until several years ago, I beg your pardon, several years ago, she died at the age of 98, and she left the pig to me in her will, and I have it now.
For the students, we're going to have Melvina sign one of the programs for your class. Because of time, it's just going to be impossible for her to sign all of your programs.
This is my class. Oh, you don't like it? Yeah. Very nice.
Here's Lightoller right here.
Oh, God.
Oh my God, there he is. There's Lightoller. And here is
Andrew.
Andrew, right. Hi.
Oh my God. Hi.
That's a sales. Now we have sales.
Oh, we're up. No, you can't do that.
That was really wonderful. I just want to come by and just kiss you guys. That was so good.
Shake her hands, Lindsay. This is Shayna. She's a mic. And to you.
Hello.
And James.
Hello, James. Hello. Hello.
Ryan.
Ryan. Hello, Ryan.
And Beth.
Hello.
Harmony.
Amber.
I have a set of twins, and I get these two always mixed up.
Amber.
Amber. Isn't that a beautiful name?
It's a lovely name. Yes. Yeah.
About your experiences and what you thought of our little performance tonight.
Okay, well, I'm just happy to say I'm delighted to be here, and I was extremely impressed with the performance by the school children. I've got 3 children of my own who I miss terribly at the moment, so sitting and seeing wonderful children performing brilliantly was terrific, and very exciting too to see the Titanic backdrop with this connection between the world of 1912 and the world of 1995, which is always so exciting. But no, it's been a wonderful day.
It's up.
You push it up. Well, I'm kind of like one of those people that almost made it on the Titanic. I want to say to you kids that I'm sorry I didn't get there in February. It certainly was something I wanted to do very much. And I promise you I'll be there next year. So those of you that are coming up in Miss Delena's class, I'd appreciate everything you do for next year. And I can promise you one thing, that we're going to try to work as hard as you kids did this year with our job, with the real Titanic. And I want to congratulate you because that film you did, and I know a lot of you worked on it, just made all of us that have worked with television and whatnot really turn around and say, is this a bunch of kids? And so, congratulations. And we have here John Thompson, who also has had a chance to take a peek at that film. And he's from Memphis, Tennessee, and has done 6 of the big blockbuster exhibits in our country, from Ramses to the newest one on China. And John, maybe you could share a thought with these kids that have done everything from musically and entertain us to show us a great video.
Sure, George, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. The highlight of my entire trip to Newark was to see your film and to enjoy your music. And I can tell you I'm taking a copy back and putting it on Memphis television. So if you get any fan mail from Memphis, you'll know that I was the one who delivered the message. You did a great job, and I know you're really proud of Deborah, and what a great job you all have done. Thank you for letting me participate in your good work.
Congratulations.
This is Bill Miller, a famous author of ocean liner books. Tell us a little bit.
I want to say how wonderful and congratulate all the kids of the school for their wonderful performance tonight, highlighting the Titanic and keeping it alive, and that wonderful, wonderful banner that was up. It was just great, and also great praises to their teacher for her wonderful work. It's fabulous, and a new generation and generations will keep that subject alive, the idea of ships and the Titanic and mechanical marvels, and also tragedy at sea and what it can do. So wonderful words to all of you there. Keep up the good work.
This is Mrs. Haas, Charlie Haas's mom.
Yes,
Bee Haas.
Bee Haas, thank you. I just want to comment on the beautiful school children that honored us with their performance tonight. I have personally never seen that type of music played, and it reminded me so much of Swiss bells that I have heard at one time or another, and they did a you would. They did a beautiful job, and I am so glad that you brought them here, and your expertise, and the beautiful banner that they made of the Titanic. It's just fabulous, and it's nice to know in this day and age, with a lot of children that have resorted to drugs and everything else, to find a sweet young group that are interested enough in the nicer things in life. Really. That's it.
Thank you.
Whatever you want to say. Am I on?
This is Michael Finley, and he's one of the prominent, most knowledgeable people about the children on the Titanic. He's going to share a few words with the kids in New Egypt.
Okay, well, first of all, to those that were here yesterday, I apologize for the slideshow because the hotel still hasn't found them. But I do promise that once they are returned and found, Debbie and I were talking, we'll do another slideshow. We'll repeat that, do a special preview for you guys. So you just say when.
Okay.
And
What did you think about the bell performance tonight?
beautiful. You guys did a great job. It was absolutely wonderful. I mean, actually, it was very emotional, really. I mean, I wasn't in tears, but I had a lump in my throat because it was very moving. And you guys did a great job, and you have to be commended. It was fantastic. And thanks for coming all the way from New Egypt to make this convention even more special.